you back, bud.
If you ever trying to run the bottom line, you guys are running like a good half a lane too far up, especially on the back stretch. You're gonna get people underneath you every time. Much as I go check the replay.
We are live here at Talladega Super Speedway on site for tonight's Talladega 94 by Deep South Racing. I apologize if their actual name is not Talladega 94. I just forgot the actual name of what they named it. So I apologize. I'm joined tonight by Jesse Gabby. Jesse, you there?
Yes, sir, Adam. Good to be here again. Gonna be a long 250 miles here tonight, so I'm strapping myself in and getting ready for a good race.
Talladega Super Speedway, one of the, be honest, one of the most dangerous tracks on all of iRacing is Talladega and Daytona, any super speedway. One of the most, I don't want to say challenging, because challenge is not the word that I want to use. Since, to be honest, it's not a real hard track to drive, but we always seem to have a lot of wrecks here, and I don't know about you, but we've seen it time and time again, and I don't expect anything less tonight for that to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with you there, but it's very, I would say the track is more mistake sensitive.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah, handling here is not really, it's not an issue at all as far as handling goes. Your car needs to have speed, and it's got to have good draft as far as pushing and being in front of someone. Pushing is really important. So basically your car's just got to have lots of speed, and there's a lot of guys here tonight that's showing that already with some of the practice that's going on. Got about 3 minutes left until qualifying gets going on, but I want to go over a couple things here. We have it broadcasted here in a couple weeks, and really that's just me being with work and stuff like that. But there are two drivers currently locked in into the chase into the next round. This right here is an elimination race, so this is a big race. But Brian Harford won back at Charlotte, and Kevin Strandberg won last week at Kansas. However, tonight, with this many people that's coming in here to run, there is a chance that somebody that is starting third can get eliminated, because there is only a 24-point gap difference between third place and 12th place. The gap right now between the cutoff and 12th place is only 15 points. So every spot matters. Everything's going to be on the line. These guys are trying to move on into the next round. Where do they race next week? Where does NASCAR go? Is it Michigan? No, that's not Michigan. They already raced there.
Martinsville.
Martinsville, yeah, Martinsville. So that's where they go next week. Oh, no, I got it right here in front of me. The Fast Relief 200 at Martinsville. Last time we was here, it's Alan Wild able to pick up his only win of the season. Going into tonight, mathematically speaking, it is safe. Nobody is safe. Every driver who is not locked in has possibility of being eliminated. We just talked about that. So looking right now at the current results of practice, we got Bradley Wilson sitting on top of the board. Bradley, actually, from his league, is eliminated. Well, not eliminated, but is on suspension. Well, was on suspension last night from the league that he runs in, Monday Night Thunder Series. We broadcasted out here as well. Michael Rating currently second. That is Bradley's teammate, and they are right there in both Toyotas. 200.09 miles per hour. Spence Thompson, another one of the teammates, right there in the Chevrolet, right behind him, third place. Casey Heschel in fourth. Colin Steffens, Kyle Charpentier, Blake Neese, last night's winner. David Clark in the 21. William Smith, Chris Baines running in the top 10. Danny Lowe, Daniel Hill, that's somebody else to keep an eye on. Cody Wright, Christopher Matthews, Josh Sturgill, Alan Wild, Don Parasini, Raymond Dormer, Ryan Wallace, there's a couple other guys. Kevin Strandberg is back in 21st position. Patrick Green, Adam Ross, Joseph Stafford, Aaron Taylor, Rick Ross, Matthew McLean back in 27th spot. Keep an eye on that 88. Corey Walters in that number 78 is back in 28th. Thomas Reed, 29th. Jack Williams back at it again with the white bands. I'm joking. Back at it in 30th place. Brian Harford, multi-winner. I don't even know how many wins, 12, 13. It's got to the point I've lost count. Tyler Cox currently in 32nd. That's not going to stay there long, I don't think. I know he's just riding around. Jeremy Funk, Landon Lacey, and Joseph Aguilar. Qualifying here is open qualifying. It only lasts 5 minutes, so these guys got to get out, and they got to get out in a hurry when going out onto the track and try to get some laps in. But so we're going to wait till qualifying until we get our picks. But at a place like this, anything can happen. We don't really know who can win. And this is probably one of the biggest fields that we've ever broadcasted, so I hope everything goes good. At least I'm hoping so.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an exciting race for sure.
That is
This
true.
many people.
That is very true. So Jesse, how do you go about when you race here? What? I know you're not going to give up too much because you got NIS and stuff like that going on here in a couple of days, and we don't know who's listening. But what do you do from your point on trying to stay up, trying to get the win?
Yeah, patience here is the biggest thing. You can't try and make a move too early, but then again, you can't try and make a move too late. So really managing the laps and your time and keeping the car clean is definitely the biggest things here.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. Trying to stay out of trouble and stuff like that. So qualifying's underway now. We're going to watch some of the qualifying. Don't know really who we're going to watch just yet, but we'll find somebody here. Let's jump up and look at Thomas Reed. Already out on track. Everybody coming out on track. And Thomas Reed running a different car. Usually he's running a red car. This week he's running a black and white Cheez-It car. And now, how do you go about qualifying? Are you looking for somebody that you work well in practice with, or are you mainly focused on running your own lap and whoever you get behind, you get behind?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot different. I've never actually qualified here, so this is definitely interesting. Yeah, personally, I would try and hook up with somebody I know I work with well, and try and run with them and give them help as well as get myself some help. But you know, if you're a single qualifier, I say on your out lap, you just run the high line to get as much speed as you can, make the track as long as possible, and then you know halfway through your first qualifying lap, you really start to drop to the bottom and hug that yellow line all the way around.
I'm sitting here right now watching the 35 of Thomas Reed work with the 63 of Don Parasini. These two have started to draft. You can see the 35 trying to close up to the bumper. Another thing that I want to mention is if these guys come down to the green flag pit stops, getting on pit road is extremely tricky. It's a lot of communication that has to go on. So my question, and this is tough for you, I guess, to probably answer. How do you go about getting on pit road?
As soon as I'm at a turn 4, I'm down under that yellow line and getting in the brakes as hard as I can, because you're coming around at, especially in the draft, you're coming around like 197 miles an hour, so you definitely got to get down there and get on the brakes pretty quick. It's not typically too hard of a pit entrance. It's just a matter of getting yourself down to that 60 mile an hour pit road speed.
Right. That's one thing we're going to keep an eye on. Right now, Raymond Dormer actually jumps up to the #1 spot with Danny Lowe currently sitting in second, Riley Wilson sitting in third. See if we can find somebody else here out there running. I'm looking around right now. A bunch of people here is the 09 of Landon Lacey working with Josh Sturgill in that #17 car, as well as the 7. I'm trying to actually get a good look at the 09 car. That's a pretty cool looking picture. That's
Yeah,
the
looks
7.
real good. Actually, and I would expect to see a couple good lap times out of them with them being a 3-car pack,
And
having
you've seen it
some more-
right there.
Yep, the more cars, the better, get that
Hey.
slipstream going and you're moving.
Just jumped up to that top of the board is the 71 of Brian Harford in that #71 car right there. 09 of Landon Lacey right there in the Center Force Racing car. And I hope I'm not getting much lag. I think I am, but a bunch of cars in this race, but it'll balance itself out, I promise. So this race is 94 laps. If you're one of the guys that are starting in the middle of this pack, what do you do to try to not get involved in a wreck? Is there anything you can do? Do you just gotta hope and pray, or can you drop back to the back?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough starting in the middle, especially with how close you drop to the car in front of you. It's really hard to see, so it's pretty much all luck if you're starting in the middle of the pack. If you start in the back, it's not too bad, because usually you're a little bit off the pace and you have more of a chance to react to what's coming. But if you're in the middle of the pack running in that tight draft, it's real tough.
Now, for people that's watching, you're going to see, this is from experience from me just running league races. I haven't got to broadcast the Super Speedway race yet for these guys. You're going to see guys in the back. You're going to see guys just fall back, just right around long laps, not to get caught up in anything. And then you're going to have a guy that's really fast that is either going to be early or up front that is going to try to work their way up to the front early. I don't know what to expect from this, so we're going to go ahead and get our picks. It looks like Chris Baines is going to be able to hold on to it, get the pole possibly. Who do you predict is your winner?
Man, that's really tough.
Yeah.
It's, again, like you said, a super speedway race, and so anything can happen here. But I think I'm going to pull for a teammate here, and I think I'm going to pick Landon Lacey for this one.
All right. So you're picking the 09. Man, I don't even know what to say, to be honest. I mean, we got to find somebody that's going to work within somebody that knows a little bit about drafting, as well as how to get up through the field. Honestly, I'm going to go with the 89 of Spence Thompson, I think. He starts third place. Seems like he might know what he's doing. Like I said, I haven't broadcasted. Yeah, I haven't broadcasted a Super Speedway League for these guys, so I don't entirely know. But Chris Baines is going to grab the pole either way. And we're about to set them up and go racing here at Talladega Super Speedway, 94 laps. We're going to get a quick interview as well with Mr. Chris Baines.
It looks like you got the pole, man. Congratulations.
And we'll get him here in just 1 second. See Chris Baines puts down a 48.177. Excuse the cough, guys. I've had it for a while, so just bear with me. But I'm going to try to hop in here and get an interview with Chris Baines once they are starting to grid, it looks like. So, there we see it.
Hello, Stevie.
Good race.
Once everybody talks and stuff like that.
Congrats on.
Everybody's telling each other good luck. And with this many drivers, man, anything's definitely possible. I'm just a few tenths separate from first through 10th. Actually, not even really much of a difference at all, but we'll try to get Chris Baines.
All right, guys, this is it. Got one more shot at a wild card here.
Oh, real fast. The people that have yellow spoilers, yellow numbers, and yellow rims are chase eligible. There are 2 currently locked in, and anybody can be eliminated. That goes from 3rd place in points all the way back to 12th. So keep that in mind. As
On post race, I've got the form set up right here. I should have the 8 guys who are in, the 4 guys who are out, just moments after the race is over with. So y'all just stick around if y'all want to know. And good luck.
Hey, Chris Baines, you got a copy?
Loud and clear, buddy.
Well, man, you managed to work the draft and get up towards the front in that number 82 car. What are you going to do to try to keep it up there?
Well, for me here at Talladega and at Daytona with the restrictor plate track, patience is key. You really got to be patient all race long. It's not where you start. It's where you finish, obviously, and hopefully I can get the good draft help that I need and maybe see the air a little bit. If I get myself in a jam, I just work my way up through the field. Got to get enough peace tonight, get the job done, hopefully. So I believe that we can get it done. Just hopefully we have a little bit of luck. Past few times I'm in here, had to look on my side. I like up here, it's a lot of fun, so we'll put on a good show for these fans.
Well, man, you've got a fast car on your outside, a fast car behind you, and a bunch of fast guys up there near you. Good luck, and we'll be watching.
10-4, buddy. Hope y'all enjoy it.
Man, Jesse, I'm sorry. I'm starting to get goosebumps. I'm excited.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a great race.
This is pretty good to watch. I'm kind of anxious about this. We got the 89 up there, the 71 Brian Hartford multi-winner, the 09 of Landon Lacey. We know that he can draft. This is going to be a really fun race. Real quick look at the grid. You can see it going down your screen right now. where all these guys are starting. Before they get back to the line, going down the backstretch right now, Blake Neese, Bradley Wilson, and road number 5, road number 6, Michael Redding, Danny Lowe. Keep an eye on that Danny Lowe car. Daniel Hill, Jack Williams, keep an eye on Jack. Has won a race this season. Daniel Hill, another one to keep an eye on. Raymond Dormer back there showed that he can actually draft pretty well. Keep an eye on him. And there is Don Parasini up there as well. Back in row number 9, Thomas Reed, one of the chase drivers, sitting on the bubble right now. Colin Stevens also back there. Joseph Stafford, Ryan Wallace, Corey Walters, Kevin Strandberg already locked into the chase, has nothing to lose. Joseph Angelar, William Smith, as the rest of the field goes by. Getting ready to go green here at Talladega Superspeedway, 94 laps as we await the green flag. And pace car is off. And we are racing at Talladega Super Speedway side by side, 3x3. Already got people shuffling to try to get to the bottom. And Chris Baines leads them into turn 1.
Yeah, Chris got a good start there. It's really important here not to get too far ahead on these restarts, as the guys behind you will get that draft quicker than you and plow right around you. So
already got a breakaway about 5 rows back right now. Make that 4 rows, 5 rows. Blake Neese on the back end of this, the 82, the 09, 71, the 89, the 17 of Josh Sturgill, the 33 of Alan Wild, this year's winner already once at Talladega. The 88 also up there, the 60 and the 99. These guys are slowly just trying to log laps. Right now, you're going to have to get a lot more cars up in that high line, but it looks like we may have a run from the 71 of Brian Harford on the high side. And at the stripe, it looks like that Harford will lead this lap. So that's a big bonus point already, even though he's already locked in. It really don't matter. So still a good run there for the 71. And here comes the 82 and 89. So if you're leading the way, Jesse, do you go up and try to make an aggressive move to try to block the runs from these guys, or no?
no, not this early. You know, track position is a little bit key here, but I mean, with it being Talladega and a plate race, it's more important to keep your car intact, and pulling a move like that early, it really jeopardizes your chances of keeping the car clean. So I say just let the race run its course for the first, 80, 85 laps, and then thereon, you start thinking more about what you're doing in the lead and carry on from there.
I got to spot for someone today that's on our team, Joe Burchett, who ran an A-class fixed race, and fuel mileage wasn't a big issue during a run. However, you're going to only go, this is a 2-stop race. I'm only predicting, now this is me, and from what I learned earlier, I don't know if this is correct, so do not hold me to this. But from what we've seen, you could go about 30 to 35, maybe a little bit more on gas mileage. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, the fuel window here is about 30 to 35 laps, depending on how hard you push the car in the draft. So watch fuel mileage to be a key factor here if we go green.
There was another thing that we noticed, and maybe you could elaborate a little bit. I don't know. Maybe this was just a race. Maybe this was just there wasn't enough cars. But there was a guy that was actually running the race, and he could not make the high side work, even when other cars was coming at him, just because, I'm guessing a side draft, but it seems like he mentioned that it seems like these cars have trouble sucking up. Have you noticed that at all or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, with the lower downforce package now, the cars tend to slide up a little bit more. There's not as much force on the rear end as there was with the cars from last year. So, yeah, definitely sucking up the track is a little bit more difficult. That's usually where you see a lot of the trouble and a lot of the wrecks come from, is guys just not being able to handle that side slip going into the corners. So.
Another thing we're going to keep an eye on as well, that I noticed, and almost a little bit of contact right there. Here comes the 03 sliding up into the 99. That's 2 teammates, and it looks like they're going to work it out. Probably just a little bit of side drafting going on there from the 99. But one thing to keep it on is watch for a tire to hit the apron of the racetrack. If a tire hits the apron going into the corner, game over for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, that's definitely another big issue with these plate tracks. We're going so fast. that if you catch one of those tires underneath that apron on those banking, see ya. Bye-bye.
Pretty much just hold on for dear life. Taking a look out the
Yeah.
back end of the 27 car, you can see the 54 Jack Williams running his Center Force Racing paint scheme. Didn't you make that paint?
Oh yeah, I did. I made that for Jack.
How about
Looking
that?
pretty good.
Better get some TV time. Take a look up, and you can see the 54 right there. Just moved up to the high side. Working behind the 27 now, going down the backstretch. Pretty much these guys are all 2x2, and we got someone in the wall. That is the 14. Actually, that is a slower car, Tyler Cox. Up in, he wasn't in the wall. He's just slower. It looks like he may have actually started for the pits.
Yes,
And,
I believe that to be true.
Okay, so he is going to go a lap down. So he walked the wreck right now, so he get back on the lead lap. But he's basically just using this as a learning experience for NIS, and he's not trying to interfere with any of the guys. I talked to him before the race, and he said that he's just going to be extra careful, just learning a little bit. And that's a good thing. These guys are running the fixed setup, the Talladega Hall of Fame setup. But you can still learn a little bit here about everything, you know, how the draft is going to work tomorrow, even though tomorrow's not is an open setup. But you can still learn quite a bit here.
Yeah, absolutely, and it goes for any track. The more practice you do on it, the quicker you're going to get, the more you're going to learn about it. So, I mean, it's always good to run as much as you can, even if it's not. Sorry, go ahead. Dave.
Looking up front, we can see that the 71 is getting pushed by the. Oh, we got one in the wall. I don't know who that was. It happened behind Jack Williams. I'm not sure who that was, but we was seeing the 09 car starting to get pushed a little bit, or pushing the 71 a little bit. I thought I heard somebody else from Kingsbury. Sorry. And but right now the bottom row is all stacked up, pretty much nose to tail. That top group is going to have to get really nose to tail if they're going to try to make that high side work.
Yeah, you really probably won't see the high line come in until about 50 laps. There's a where am I going with it? There's a lot more momentum on the bottom line until that rubber starts building in. So, I mean, guys on the high line right now are just riding it out and being patient and waiting to see what happens.
Now, this is a topic that's interesting that I want to talk to you. Okay, so we ran this race. I ran it back at the spring race that they ran at Talladega NIS Open. Can you make a no tire stop work on pits? Well, it's been talked about lots of times.
It's very possible. I mean, personally, I've never tried it, so I don't exactly know how the car reacts. But I know after about 30 laps, you do start to notice a little bit of a fall off there with the tires. You start to get a little bit tighter on corner exit, and that car starts to slide up a little bit. So I don't know about no tire stop, but I think a 2-tire stop is definitely possible.
Now,
especially with this race being only 94 laps.
With that happening, say you do take 2-tire stop, does that change where you run on the racetrack, whether it be bottom or top? Because you know the top line saves tires more.
Yeah, but I don't really think so. There's so much banking here that the car's not really going to react any differently. It's just a matter of getting some more grip with those tires.
Right. We did not get a look at the weather, but you can see it right there. Track temp is at 113 degrees. Air temp's at 86, and we did mention 2.653 miles here at Talladega, and the banking here is absolutely insane. Right now, the 82 is still leading the way, followed by, actually now it looks like the 89 making that low side starting to work. Top side's got to get a little bit more form than that, because this time it looks like the 89 will take over second place from the 71 for the time being. And going into turn 1, it looks like he's still going to be able to hold that spot. You can notice, someone's on the apron. That is the 78 car sliding up a little bit, but he's going to be okay, no problem. But you notice that this bottom side is working a little bit better, being they are, nose to tail for the most part. There is a little bit of a gap there between the 28 car and the 60 car. But for the most part, the bottom line is working a lot better. So right now what we're going to do, since the race is starting to shape out here just a little bit as we work lap number 11, we are going to go to our Crank It Up cam. So this would be pretty fun, especially here at Talladega. Alright, we just see what happened. Watching the Crank It Up cam, we were sitting here watching it. I was just looking at the 33 and he pulls up out of line trying to make that high line work. That may have been part of the strategy. Maybe he was starting to get too hot. How long behind these guys can they run nose to tail before you really start getting hot, you know?
Yeah, it's, I'm not really sure what the fixed setup was for a tape percentage, but
Caution's out.
anyway, let's see back here in the field.
See if we can find out what that was. Oh, there we go. That's a big wreck. The 12 involved, the 27 involved. See if we can find out here. Oh, the 03 goes around. Michael Reddy, one of our chase guys. We'll watch it from the blimp. So we'll be able to see this a little bit better. Watch the 03. Riding behind that 78 car. A checkup from that inside, and honestly, the 30 just pushed into the 03 and a big wreck happens. 6 cars involved. Oh, the 35 also involved. The 03, the 27, all chase contenders involved. Ouch.
Yeah, that was a very big wreck.
I want to hop on board. I think, who is that? I can't tell if that's the 129 or 29 car. I think it's the 29. Let me see if I can find it. Looking. Do you pit here? I can't see who that is right there behind the 54. So we can actually hop on board the 54 car, I believe. And that right there is going to help us out here a little bit. Oh, Jack Williams also got a little bit of that. Actually, he blew up from it.
Yeah, he was actually really heavily involved with that.
Wow. So we seen it right there. We seen it. That's one issue. These guys do have one fast repair, so they got to try to get back to the pits. You see the 27 on pit road right now, as well as a lot of other guys. The 82 is going to stay out. The 89 stayed out on pit road, or stayed out of the pit road. Also the 88, who is running a different paint scheme. There comes the 54 Jack Williams. Don't know if he beat the pace car out. Don't look like he did, so he will at least fall one lap down. However, Long Gray still left here, but already caution comes out on lap number 14.
That was actually a pretty good run from them. I was
I
definitely expecting a caution a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I
but
was
good
too.
job on the guys.
Yeah, 15, 14 laps, I mean, and they was all pretty much stacked up. It's not bad at all.
But yeah, anyway, back to the drafting conversation. The fixed setup runs about 40% tape, so you can run about, you know, I'd say 20-25 laps before you really got to start watching your water and oil temps.
Right.
But as long as you're stepping out of line, you know, about half a car, letting that rod breathe, you should be okay. You shouldn't really have any issues.
I'm gonna bring something up here real fast. Guys, I know the stream's probably jumping a little bit. Just bear with it to fix itself out. We have that trouble sometimes. It'll work itself out here in just a second. Talladega Super Speedway. Matthew McLean running a different paint scheme this week as well. Alright, so question. And trivia question time. And you'll probably get it wrong. No, I'm joking. Who has the NASCAR Sprint Cup record for the most wins here? And how many?
Ooh.
Tip,
Man.
he no longer races.
Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna.
I was surprised by it. Well, not really. I knew he had a lot of wins here, but I didn't know who was actually first. I will give you a number. I will give you another hint. The number is in this field.
No, that's real helpful.
Yep.
Ah, man.
That breaks it down about 30 drivers.
I know the most wins was 10.
Yeah. You are right.
I think I'm gonna go with the Intimidator on this one, Dale Earnhardt.
What a loser. You don't make nothing fun. Correct answer is Dale Earnhardt Sr. But Dale Jr. actually the most consecutive wins at 4.
That's actually a pretty impressive stat as
Yeah,
well.
to win 4 in a row at Talladega is really impressive. And I'm not a junior fan by any means, but that's pretty impressive. So apparently that whole family in general knows how to draft a little bit. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. Seems like it.
Oh man. Oh, Chris Baines having some connection issues. Weird stat about Chris Baines. He actually lagged out last night during a race and actually caused a wreck. Keep an eye on that. You don't want to be having connection issues at Talladega while you're leading the race.
That's definitely a bad thing for sure.
That's a bad thing for everybody that's behind him. Me personally, if he keeps blinking and I notice it, there may be a chance that I just kind of just fall back a little ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pace lights are going to go off on the pace car, I believe. Yes, they will.
Yeah.
82 taking the inside, but starting behind that 82 car is Matthew McLean in that 88. So keep it on that. Wheel spin. Is there any issues with wheel spin here?
No, I don't
On
think so.
iRacing, in general. Not real
Yeah.
We know Kevin Harvick did it.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
we don't know what Kevin Harvick did.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't think so. I mean, there could be. The track is quite warm, so, you know, you could see it if these guys decide not to take tires. But all in all, I don't think we'll see a very big issue with it here.
Not be surprised if the 82 may get told to pull over as soon as this restart takes place, because he is still having connection issues. I see it. And I mentioned it last night, and I can't keep mentioning it enough. Chris Baines is an excellent driver. I mean, really good driver. But his connection issue kills him.
Yeah, I've raced with him a few times in the B cars, and I saw him actually, I think it was today, in a truck race as well.
Yeah.
And he is an excellent play racer. You know, he really knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he looks like he may be calming down a little bit. It just stopped, so we'll see. Hopefully it does, though, because that's somebody I would not mind seeing in victory lane. Or the 88 of Matthew McLean, and I can't believe I'm pulling for an 88 car, but I've always been a fan of Matthew, and as well as Josh Sturgill. Josh Sturgill's another one up in that 17 car. He's running, is that I can't tell, but it looks like a new paint scheme. Nope, he's running Superman paint. Like he painted that himself, a really good paint scheme on that 17 car. But pace car's off, and we're about to go back racing. And I'm in a mood for some Sunny D looking at that number 60 car, but and green flag is out.
Green flag.
Yep, and we're back to racing here at Talladega. Lap 18 of 94 already in the books. Going into turn number 1, you got the 82 of Chris Baines on the bottom side, right up above him. Door to door is the 89 of Spence Thompson. Coming up a little bit is Matthew McLean trying to work a little bit of side draft, or maybe just having a little bit of trouble staying behind that 82. But Chris Baines moved up a line. Maybe he's trying to swerve back and forth, trying to get a little bit of a block here between them guys, or he may just be working well with that number 89 car. Oh, the 89 is going to drop down and push Chris Lane up to the high side. Here comes a bump, and 82 said nope. But he's basically working both sides of the draft. A little bit too early to be worried about working both lanes right now.
Yeah, but he made it work, so
He did.
we're still doing flag racing, so
So it
we'll see
worked
what
out.
happens.
We'll continue to watch that, see if he keeps doing that or not. That's pretty interesting. That's something that could happen, is working both sides of the draft. Still watching up in front right here. Top 5 right now we're watching. And you can also see the 60 and all the other guys creeping into the picture as well. High side is slowly going to start falling back if they don't get bunched up. But right now, 71 of Brian Hartford, who has not worked the bottom, same as the 09. 09 has been stuck to the 71 the entire race, trying to push Hartford to the front. And that could be a tandem that works well late in the race to watch that 71.
Yeah, absolutely. Just riding around with someone for this long, you know, you really really get a feel for what kind of line they run and how they run it. So, and definitely as the race goes on, look for them to start working even better together.
Looking back through the field, I was trying to find Tyler Cox. I don't see him. He's 31st place right now. Is he still a lap down? I didn't know he got caught up in any wrecks. He might be a couple laps down though.
Yeah, he is 2 laps down.
Okay. So one thing you could watch out for from him, and you actually see him right there working with the 54 car. Don't be surprised if you see him start working with his teammates, even if he is a lap down, to try to push them towards the front.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, the bottom side now really starting to make a gain here. We got about a 7 car breakaway, maybe a little bit more on the bottom right now. Landon Lacey and the 71 of Brian Hartford stuck to the outside. Landon Lacey's trying to let 71 in, and he does. So Brian Hartford moves down to the bottom. So we got a lot of single file right now up front. But back here in the back, right near where Blake Neese is, you can see him, as well as Josh Sturgill actually stuck on the outside now. Ooh, that scared the living crap out of me. Oh gosh. I'm using the Fox cams that you got me, and it switched at the last second. Somebody was running over the camera, so that really scared me. Alan Wild now stuck on the high side underneath that 38 car, or below that 38, or above the 38 car. Here comes the 17 Josh Sturgill working. I can't see who that is. The 129 car. Okay, that's Angelar. Now I know who it is. And
looks like that 88 car is going to get shuffled out there. He's going to lose a couple positions there.
Yep, you can see the 88 right there on that high side, Matthew McLean. Right now, here comes someone. Brian Hartford moving back up. Don't be surprised if you see that 09 jump up as well. Don't be surprised if you see any of these guys jump up in front of the 88 to try to keep, try to get that momentum working on the high side. The 83's thinking about it. He is not going to move up. Here comes the run. And you can see the 09. He did jump up behind Hartford once again. So a three-way draft right now, and it is starting to work over a couple of these cars. The 83 just got passed by the 88. Not sure how long that's going to work for, but we're going to find out. Oh, we got a couple cars now looking to that high side. About a 5-6 car breakaway on top as well. So we're getting some real good racing right here to see how much that high line works.
Yeah, right now everybody's just got to make sure they stay in line and tucked into that bumper on the high side and get that momentum.
Still side by side, all these guys. The 71 now working his way up towards the front. Here comes the 88 Matthew McLean. Look for him to take this lead away down the back stretch as he's working on the outside of that 82 Chris Baines, who has led quite a few laps. And it looks like the 88 has taken the lead back for the time being. We'll see what happens going into turn 3 and 4 and down the tri-oval. But right now, the 88 Matthew McLean, here comes the 82 fighting back on the low side. This is a drag race down the straightaway. About a 5-car breakaway on the high side. I'm not really surprised to see Blake Neese up there as well. Definitely, I've watched him for a couple weeks now. He definitely likes running that high side. That's someone good that you can work with as well as that 99 car. But that time by, the 88 did lead the lap. So Matthew McLean, yep, that's going to help him.
Yeah, that high line's starting to come in here. So
you mentioned it.
We're going to see some good racing here.
And we're waiting to see if the 88 is going to drop down, and he will drop down, and he's going to leave the 71 out hanging. And the 71 may remember that later on in this race.
Yeah, I really don't know if that was a very smart move.
I don't think it was either. I don't know if it was either. If I'm going to drop down, I at least want to try to bring the guys that was working with me clean. That got you up front. It's one thing I've learned not to do, but right here we're going to see the 71 get a big run. He's getting a big push from that 09 of Landon Lacey.
And that's kind of what I was getting at there. You were working that high line for 3-4 laps. And you saw it was
and
working.
doing well with it.
Yeah, so I don't understand exactly why the move was made, but I mean he's the one driving the car, so we'll see how it goes.
Right now it's working to his advantage as he's out by about a car length over that high line, make that 2 car lengths over the high line, but right on his bumper is the 82 who thought about dropping a little bit lower. but he's going to choose not to. And here comes the 71. At the stripe, the 71 moves up a little bit, and it looks like at the line, Matthew McLean's still going to lead that lap, but it's showing Brian Harford currently in the second place. These two guys up front is really making that high side work. Just two of them together. The 60 can't get there just yet, but these two guys are making it work. Is there a reason why they're making it work when it's just two of them compared to what's on the bottom?
You're keeping a little bit more speed through the corners. You don't have to turn the wheel as much when you're in that high line. So I think it's just the momentum that they're carrying through the corner, not having to turn the wheel as much, is helping them stay up there.
They're going to fall back right now as Bradley Wilson's working underneath the 71 car. And I'm expecting probably some of these cars starting to get hot, especially somebody like Landon Lacey who has been tucked up to the 71 for a long time. So don't be surprised if you see him check out here just a little bit and maybe try to get some air. That may be what the 60's doing as well. He may just started getting hot and he's going to fall out of line all the way up in the top lane and go towards the back end of this little pack that's starting to work. But one thing I noticed with that second line, looking back at Brian Harford, once we can find his name, you look at who's with Brian Harford in that car. Let me go back to what I was at. Landon Lacey is up there, Jack Williams, Tyler Cox, so three teammates starting to work with Blake Neese and the 71 of Brian Harford.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
That was a matter of time.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if we get some cautions here and get Tyler and Jack back on the lead laps to see what kind of happens between the three teammates here. Yeah,
that was a matter of time we spoke about. We got 3 wide with Landon Lacey taking a look inside the middle, putting the 71 in a little bit of jeopardy there, as that may have been an actual scheduled switch, to be honest. Landon Lacey was probably just getting hot.
Yeah. And he's been working really well with the 71, so the 71 just might have said, okay, go ahead for a little while.
Yeah, I say that the 71 knows, so the 71's going to fall back, and we're going to have a...
Heating and had nowhere to go.
Yeah, he was just overheating, so that's what he just came across the radio and said.
Good.
And Brian Harford, I think Brian Harford may have knew that.
Yeah, that was a generous move there by Brian Harford. A really good move there.
You know, he has nothing to lose. That's one thing I'll say. Brian Harford has nothing to lose. He's already locked in after he won back at Charlotte, I believe that's where it was. So he has nothing at all to lose with that. And but that was a really good move because you still want to try to get that win. But also, the 88's still in the way. But here comes the Landon Lacey. The Landon Lacey. Here comes Landon Lacey trying to take over that top spot from Matthew McLean and Chris Baines, who has worked well together these last couple laps. And also Spence Thompson right there on the bottom, followed by that number, who is that right there on the bottom of that pink car? The 30 car, it looks like. Kyle Charpentier also working his way up. Another very good driver. Actually, it's the first time I've ever seen him. We got the 60 may spin out. No, great save by that 60 car. He almost lost. He actually hit the apron and almost lost it. But he's going to be able to keep it safe and keep driving on.
Yeah, an excellent save there by that 60. That car gets real squirrely if you get down on that apron. So a heck of a save there.
And I just want everybody to know, during every broadcast, I think I broadcast what I'm drinking. And tonight I'm drinking lemonade and orange juice, kind of like a mix, but oh my gosh, it's so good. Sorry. Every broadcast I think I mention what I'm drinking. Most time it's Mountain Dew, but you know.
And here comes that high line starting to work in again.
We see it right there. 3 teammates all working the high line together with the 99 in the mix as well, working with them.
And the 09 of Landon Lacey takes the lead.
So Landon Lacey to the point, trying to blame Blake Neese with him. Sorry guys, I was topping something. Jesse, read your team speak real fast. So we got 3 teammates working on that high line, like we said. CFR, Center Force Racing, all working the high side. And the reason why I kind of favor them guys a little bit because they are on my team and stuff like that. So we got to kind of favor them a little bit. But the only chaser right now that I see, there's only 2 of them that I'm actually seeing in the top 10. That is the 88 of Matthew McLean, and there is the 7 car and I believe that's Raymond Dormer, I do believe. And I see the 33 back there, but I can't tell if he's in the top 10 or not. I don't think so. Actually, you know what? The 7 may not even be in the top 10. I'm trying to see. The 7 actually may be a lap down. Actually, that was the 71. I apologize, not 7. So yeah, Matthew McLean may be the only one now in the top 10. 71 just lost a lot of spots there. But to the front, Landon Lacey passes Matthew McLean and brings along Blake Neese with him. But Landon left his teammates out to dry. And we talked about it. We just mentioned it a few minutes ago. And, the 83 made a really desperate move to get underneath the 30. And does get underneath, but pushes the 30
That was quite
track.
a move there.
Yeah, pushes the 30 up the track. But honestly, that may wind up working best for that 30 car.
Yep.
All the way down the back stretch. We had a big crash early, so trust me, we got a lot more cars in this race. We're showing the biggest pack of them because earlier in the race there was a big crash. I don't know how many cars involved. Do you?
I believe there was 7 cars.
7 cars involved. So we had a total of about 33 cars or so start this race. So that's really impressive field. But looking back right now, the one that's hurting the most is there's 2 of them. And I don't see him up there no more. I don't know if he may have had an issue. But Josh Sturgill, I don't know if he may have dropped out of the race or what happened. But he's not in here. He was in the chase. And honestly, he may wind up getting eliminated if he's not able to get back in here or something. I'm not sure what's going on with him. And also, Michael Reddy running back in the 31st spot. Wow. But Blake Neese takes the lead away from the 09. The 09 of Landon Lacey may have jumped up to try to help his teammates get up through there. Whoa, not sure what that was about, but the 09, 54, and the 14 Tyler is driving this week?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All 3 on the bottom line now, so pretty much it's starting to work its way out as we work already on lap number 35 of 94. Green flag pit stop's probably going to be coming around here within the next 10 to 15 laps, I would guess.
Yeah, we're looking at about, I'd actually say probably about 13 to start seeing guys come down.
We did have a couple guys stay out of that last caution, one of them being the 82, the 89 also stayed out. A bunch of guys actually stayed out, so we'll see what happens here. But here comes that high line, Matthew McLean trying to get that high side forward back up and work back up towards the front and try to take that lead away.
Now watch for green flag pit stops. A couple guys taking 2 tires, try to gain some track position here. If we do end up seeing some green flag runs, so that'll definitely play into the strategy call on pit lane here.
So one thing that is big here, okay, we got 3 teammates running back to back right now. Now, I don't know if these other guys have a team speed. Now, this is just mentioning this on iRacing. This is just in general what I'm talking about. A little bit different what I'm about to mention, but something that could come into play. We got 3 guys that's in our team speed right now that's racing with each other. That are all teammates that have raced with each other for a long time now. Almost over, 2 of them raced almost over a year together. But they don't have to come over to the radio and tell them when they're pitting. These 3 guys can pit when they want because they got the team speed. Now, someone like the 99 and the 82 may not be in a team speak together. They may not, and they got to come over the radio and let everybody know when they're pitting, but they might not want to give their strategy if they're taking 2 or 4 or none. The 09, the 14, and the 54 may all have a plan. Take 2 tires, take no tires, take 4. We're going to see. And that could play a nerve factor if some of these guys are not communicating like they probably should. That's where I was going with that. It took me a minute to get that out, but that's where I was going with that. Communication. Pit stops are going to be key. Do not be surprised if somebody gets caught speeding or wrecks coming on the pit road.
Absolutely, yeah, you gotta get on those brakes real hard coming down in there. So I would expect at least one person to spin out here.
And you can see the speed right here just in the corner from the 82 of Chris Bates, 196. Let's watch him down the straightaway. 197 at 86,000 RPM, 198, 190, 199, and 199 going into turn number 3. Here comes the 09 with a big run on the outside, followed by his teammate Jack Williams and Tyler Cox, all working at high side. Tyler Cox is still a lap down. He's going to try to. Oh, and here we go. Pit stop's underway. There's a wreck. Oh, what a save by the 88.
They gathered it up. Wow.
What a save. Oh, the 89 is into grass. He will get a black flag and almost a wreck coming on the pit road, but a big trouble early or in the middle of this race, and that could wind up costing. The 89's already going to have a black flag. That's a stop and go automatically. Who else was in that? The 99 got a little bit of damage.
Yes.
Wow. We'll go back and try to take a replay at this real fast while these guys are still getting on pit road. See Blakeney's coming down, was looking to come down pit road, and it looks like the 33 of Alan Wild clipped in the back of somebody, so that hurt him, and could be a little bit damaging. Yep, here we
got
go.
More green flag pit stops coming in
Here comes the leaders. Now remember, we need to kind of listen into this. You might want to listen to the radio chatter yourself and let me know if you hear anybody get a black flag. That could be really big. Tyler Cox missed his pit box.
No.
Yep, he did miss his pit box. He had to back up some. Here comes the 88 Matthew McLean now on pit road. The 99 also on pit road. 99 is done away. Took 2 tires. The 88 also. Let's see, he is going to be taking 4 tires. We are seeing strategy play out. Expect this to get spread out completely opposite now. The 88 is already left. Why is the 88 really off pace? Okay, he's already left pit road. The 14 almost spun it leaving pit road, getting on the gas. But the 09 waited on the 14, it looks like, so they're going to be able to get back up together. The 54, Jack Williams, also, I believe, came down pit road with him. He is just now left pit road. He's on the apron right now. But right now, all this is going to go to the leader. Actually, who am I seeing as the leader?
Right now, the 38, Cody Wright.
Yep. And then Alan Wild. And then Danny Lowe.
Good too.
Now we're going to see cars get spaced out. Now we could see a long green flag run. This may go the rest of the distance under green flag unless somehow they get grouped back up together on the next pit stop. They will have to pit one more time.
You guys want to work together here?
And look who picked up the 09, the 71.
Yep. And that may be big. Still watching the 38 and the 83 of Bradley Wilson. They could go a little bit further on pits because they pitted the last time. Maybe about 5 to 6 more laps on the cycle, I would guess. Now, I got a question. It's kind of important. Maybe you can answer it. When you work together in a pack, okay, I understand draft saves gas. We know that. Yeah. But when you work together with just 2 cars, do you lose more gas than what's in a bigger pack of, say, like 6 cars?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
You usually maintain around the same speed. And the aerodynamics on the car doesn't affect it too much more. Okay. So you might lose 1 lap of fuel, but that's about it.
Okay. Interesting fact of what we may see now. Okay, now this is a stretch. I mean, I don't think we're going to see it happen. If somehow the 38 and the 33 of Alan Wild, where is the 33? Is that right behind him? I don't think it is. I'm trying to find the 33.
The 33 is in about a 7-car pack here.
Okay,
just
so
behind.
Danny Lowe actually is in second now. The thing with this 38 car, he's running with these group of cars that we're seeing. If he's able to make it to lap 50, maybe a little bit more, and that's probably a stretch. What can he do it on 1 stop?
It's
That's
possible.
a stretch. He has nothing to lose.
It's definitely a stretch. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's quite a stretch.
We seen him pit back on the first caution, which was around lap 15. So he has about 15 more laps of gas than the guys that didn't pit. Give or take a little bit, of course.
Yeah.
Probably take away a little bit. But if that's the case, he could go to at least lap 53. I'm guessing. Okay, now like I said, I'm guessing about this. I don't know if it's possible. There is a chance, though, I think. But it's very far-fetched to see if it happens. He's got about a 5-second lead over Danny Lowe, which helps him huge no matter what. Comes the next pit stop. But that's something that's going to be interesting. He's still working at Highline by himself. Well, not really by himself, but we do got a group of cars that is starting to get bunched up. And that is the 911 of Danny Lowe. And there's a bunch of chasers involved in this one. The 03 of Michael Rating there. The 51 is also there. It's Raymond Dormer. The 33 of Alan Wild. There's a pink one. The 88 of Matthew McLean is also there. Yeah, they're going to have a little bit of work to, to do something, but definitely not out of reach just yet with 50 laps remaining here at Talladega Super Speedway. We got about, oh my gosh, how many groups here? They're spaced out, let's be honest. We got about 6 different groups. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that green flag pit stop, those green flag pit stops kind of spread the field out a little bit, so it's kind of the middle pack trying to work back up to the leaders, the rear end pack trying to catch back up.
Alright guys, what I'm going to do is, do this first. What I'm going to do real fast, we're going to take a quick break, about a 30-second break. And we're going to put it on the Crank It Up cam and get ready to watch this. It's pretty cool. I need to go grab me another drink real fast. Alright, we are back here at Talladega as cars starting to get grouped up. Whew, sorry, I had a little bit of breath, I ran. But, Jesse, you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, back here again with Jesse Gabby, I'm Adam Chapman, watching this group of cars getting piled up. This is about 12 cars we're watching. Danny Lowe leading the way with the 03 of Michael Ratingers, Alan Wild in this, a bunch of lap cars involved. They're scattered all over the place. Don't really know what else to look at, but here's a blimp cam of it. I'm trying to see how far these guys are scattered out. There's Danny Lowe leading the way. Way up here is another group that cannot find a way to get single file is the 78, the 54 to 38. That's Cody Wright who is leading the way. The 83 and the 75 cannot find a way to get single file. And then here's another big group of the 09 Lando Lacey leading the way with the 71, the 30, the 14, the 99, 82, 42, and 129 leading the way.
Yeah, that group led by the 09 Atlanta Lacey is about 40 seconds back from the leaders, so they got a little bit of ground to make up, but it's been closing slowly, so we'll see what happens.
Taking a look here at Tyler Cox right now, who, to be honest, he's 3 laps down. He needs some cautions, he's not here to win. He's just here to practice. So he started from the pits, and that really hurt him. But he's getting definitely some experience for NIS. That's for sure.
Yeah, practicing in that drop and really working with the guys in front of you and behind you is definitely. There's no other experience like it. It really helps.
I'm going to be honest with you. And now we're starting to see 4 cars up front get single file. The 38 is actually now stuck out by itself. 45 laps to go. So, can he make it now with 1 stop?
Yeah, it's still tight. Like like we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast here, we were looking at about a 30 to 35 lap fuel window. So unless he's got a magical button to save fuel in there, I think he's going to have to make one more stop.
I think he kind of hurt himself. He needed a caution. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when he pits, he's going to come out with no draft help.
Yeah,
And
that's
yeah,
correct here.
he could make it on one stop, but he's going to be so far back, I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah.
If he can make it on one stop. And I mean, I think, honestly, he's kind of hurting himself. And honestly, right now, he started to lose the draft of the 75. And I don't think he's lost it yet. Let's listen. Oh, he came across the radio and said something. Yeah,
You guys gonna take tires?
Yeah, I'm doing two tires.
the 911 may be talking about a pit in here soon.
I'll be taking tires.
Cody Wright said he's going to be taking tires.
Yep, same.
Yeah, so they are looking at finally coming down here. Like you said earlier, they were the ones that pitted on that first caution. So
The 911 stayed out as well, right, on the first caution?
Yes, I believe
Okay.
so.
I was just wondering if he stayed out as well. So we're going to have another round of pit stops about to take place. Yeah, you are right. Now that I see it, now the 03 has not pitted. Alan Wild also not pitted, but the 33 started looking low. You know, every time I look at Danny Lowe's car, the 911, the paint always is flashing. I don't know why it changes like constantly. It's weird. I think it worked that time. I think. But we're still sitting here waiting. Let's listen in. How do you go about trying to get on a pit road here? I know communication is a big thing, but you got to get single file, right?
I'm never
Oh,
gonna come in
absolutely.
the
If you're
lobby.
stuck on that outside line, it's real tough to get down into pit road. So you kind of got to communicate with your other
Yeah, I'm
drivers and
gonna
let
put
them
this
know,
on.
you know, hey, I got to get down there. So hopefully somebody's nice enough to let you down and into pit road.
We just had another car actually went off from this group that we're watching right now. It's a 911 of Danny Lowe and all them. And one of it was a black car, and I think they're actually getting ready to
Coming in
pit.
this time.
Yeah, they're pitting this time. They just came across
Coming
the
in
radio.
this time.
So let's get ready to watch this. This is going to be good to see, and hope it all works out for them because this is probably going to have to get crazy.
Yeah, this is definitely going to shuffle the field around. That group of the 09 with Landon Lacey and Brian Hartford.
Here they come.
They're going to get some time up here. So
All the 12's coming in really hot, locking them up. And, I think he got slowed down in time. That was close. 51 also coming. The 03 coming down pit road. The 10 just now leaving pit road. But this is all going to cycle through. 34 right now has the lead. I think this is another group that may have not have pitted. The 34, the 90 of Daniel Hill, the 07 of Wallace, Ron Wallace. Up in front of them is the 89 and 88 of Matthew McLean. And we know the 88 pitted, but 89, I thought he had that black flag, but maybe not. I know he went in the grass.
Past my pit stall.
Oh, 33 overshot his pit stall. I'm gonna be honest. This is good racing, though, man. Like I'm super surprised we've only had this many cautions.
yeah, it's been very good.
I mean, we've had 54 laps completed now with only one caution for 4 laps, and yeah, it is separated. I understand that, but you got to give them credit to even make it to the green flag stops without a caution coming out, especially here at Talladega.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, even with them being smaller packs, you know, we're still looking at 6-7 cars in
Yeah,
the pack. So
that's
there's
not
still
small.
a couple there's still a couple cars there. That, you know, if something goes wrong, there's 6 cars probably going to be taken
Trying to
out.
bag it up to you.
The 12 is trying to, I don't know,
Yep, I'm just about
they're
there.
going to go above him, it looks like.
I'm gonna get to the back of this line.
And here comes the rest of the guys. The 34 coming to pit road, the 90, the 07 coming to pit road, and the 3 of Kevin
Come on,
Strandberg,
you're
who
on 2
has
times
locked
per
in.
I'm on 4 tires.
And we're going to see how this cycles through here in a minute.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you who that hurts is Michael Rating in that 03 car. He's left out, which he's a couple laps down from getting involved in
Don,
that
you're
wreck.
blinking like crazy.
Absolutely.
All the 63 having a little bit of trouble there. Having a little bit of connection issues. I seen caution's out.
Oh, and we have a caution.
Uh-oh.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh,
Get a
the,
lap
Now
down,
this
you don't
shakes
need to
things up a
block.
little bit.
the 20 is mad. Sorry about the language, guys.
Like, seriously, take it. Guys,
I want to watch this and see.
just because your race is ruined, you don't need to ruin ours.
Get me out on the pit car when you can.
On the best day.
I want to see this. It was a 20 car that was involved. I'm trying to find it. There we go.
Leaders, do you?
Alright, he was racing Josh Sturgill in a 60 car, and Josh Sturgill is involved, and a bunch of other cars, 2 cars at least involved. Woo, that's not good.
Wow, that looked like a big wreck there.
Yeah, the 17 really got turned into the wall.
Well, then you're lucky man, Jeff.
There's some not happy people right now on the radio. So, Landon Lacey, do you pit here? I mean, if you're Landon Lacey, I think you do.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think you make it. I think you hit here. You know, maybe not take tires, but take fuel for sure, and then try and push it the rest of the way. I think
that's probably a good call. Now, all this, the people that got caught on pit road's in trouble. So we're going to see if what happens, and the connection's going to fix, guys. Just give it time, but it'll work itself out. But something to definitely keep an eye on is I don't know what's going on. Sorry, the stability is going crazy right now. But there we go. Oh, it's coming back. Daniel Hill will retake the lead now in that number 90 car. Kevin Strandberg will come out in second, so that definitely helps them. They just pitted, so they're going to be able to stay out front for now. Anyway, we'll see what happens here once we go back racing and see as the laps tick down. 90 of Daniel Hill's got a little bit of damage, it looks like. From what I see, he does have a little bit of damage on his front end.
and the 09, the 71, and the 82 have all been in.
Okay. Free pass is going to go to Tyler Cox, however.
Yeah, he will get a lap back.
Which, with 38 laps to go, I don't know if it really matters him completely, but, you know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised some of these other guys didn't come down. Jack Williams didn't come down pit road.
Yeah, a couple of these guys that are a lap down might be trying to stay up there to get the free pass.
Yeah. Is Jack Williams, he is a lap down, correct?
Yes, that's right.
I'm gonna be surprised if I don't think we're gonna see the 90 come down pit road.
I don't think so either.
No.
So it looks like Tyler Cox is going to be the only one to
Yeah.
get the free pass here. And if I look at it right, I believe that puts him on the lead lap
Does it?
with that free pass. Yes.
Wow, that's gonna be big if it does.
Here.
Hey, Tommy, you might want
There
to
was 37 laps to go. I don't think anybody else is going to be worried about fuel here. They're going to try and push it as hard as they can.
Yeah, post race. I was right behind you guys. I was watching it the whole time.
Yeah.
Casey Heschel.
I think you might want to
Heschel
give him a breathalyzer too.
is not happy. Rich Rose not happy. Josh Sturgill was let down, and I think he was trying to just keep the draft behind him so he could stay with them, and came up into him. And
A breathalyzer. Make
They-
sure he wasn't drinking. As
he
much as
definitely
was
got
bleeding.
mad, though. You could hear it over the radio.
I was in his predicament. I'd be drinking too. I'd be pissed off if I got kicked off.
Yeah, you can be pissed off all you want, but don't try to screw up somebody else's race up.
A lap car is a lap car. Like, we were all three up there minding our own business.
I'm
and
listening to radio
he-
chatter.
You know, you saw it. Somehow we were on the same lap, is what he was saying. But whatever. If he wants to drive like Joey, I'll drive like Matt.
that's my fault, man. But you know what? That bike can be a tough guy. That's cool. Hey, Rick, you know how many times you've wrecked people? You can barely hold the line, bro.
Yeah, but he hasn't been a lap down taking out people.
Definitely.
He is a lot of them.
People are not happy in chat, man.
Can you think back to the
Yeah,
first
I can
season
hear
when
that.
it was Josh?
Alright, so I want to get an interview real fast. I want to bring in somebody, Landon Lacey. I'm just going to pull him down here and bring him in. Hey, Landon, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, you're running decent. You've been up front, led 6 laps so far. You're going to be restarting on the 8th spot. Do you have enough, I don't know if you want to say this over the broadcast or not, but do you have enough gas to make it to the end?
With that pit stop there, I should. We're getting about 40 laps of fuel, so we should be able to make it.
Notice
From here.
you and the 71 working really well together. Is that going to keep being your strategy, try to work with him as much as you can?
I'm pretty much left with him since both my teammates have had their issues in this race. But yeah, I mean, he's been doing pretty good with me, and I've appreciated it. We worked together in qualifying and worked together early in the race. I didn't mean to dump him out there. I was overheating, and
We actually mentioned that.
Apparently accepted my apology because he was helping me out there on that run after the pit stop.
Yeah, we
But,
thought that's what was happening. So about how many laps can you stay behind the car before you start to overheat?
It all depends on how you drive behind him. If you can duck out and get some air, you can stay back there for a while. I mean, I think I was behind him for about 10-15 laps before I finally overheated, and that was just because I didn't have anywhere to go to get some air. So about 10-15 laps, I'd say.
Well, you're doing a good job keeping that car. That's a good looking car, by the way.
Thanks,
keeping
sir.
it up front, and I want to see you bring it home at least in the top 3. So good luck, and we'll see what happens.
All right, I'll try. Thank you very much.
Too, man. That was Landon Lacey. How to bring him in. Definitely an interesting interview. He said he thinks he's got enough gas with that pit stop that they just made under caution. So with 35 laps to go, that's about the limit of what we can go. So this is going to be good to see you, Jesse.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for these last 35. Get ready to duck that pace car down into pit road and go green.
Yeah, the 90's actually out of about a car length gap right now behind him. He needs to probably, that guy behind him needs to probably speed up just a little bit. But either way, we're going to go green flag. And here we go. Already, Landon Lacey got a big jump on that. He got a good restart on that. He's pushing the living heck out of Cody Wright down the straightaway on that high side. You can see him. Cody's actually going to go up to the high side. And this may go 3 wide. And we are 3 wide with Landon Lacey looking underneath Cody Wright. And the 34 is also there as Christopher Matthews looking underneath there as well. You can see it
Good
right
shuffle right there by Landon.
He's
to
trying
move
to
him
work
out of the
up.
way.
Yep. And the 38's going to fall back in line. And the 09 is really pushing. He's going to turn around the 34. Caution will fly.
Oh my.
And I don't know how big of a wreck that was behind them.
I think that was just an unfortunate instances right there. Looked like 3 cars just got stacked up together and were
I think that's just
pushing each
Talladega.
other.
I think that was honestly just Talladega in my personal opinion.
Yeah,
we're going to
just
find
pushing.
out.
34 wasn't in line with the 3 there, and it just kind of shuffled them sideways.
We're
It
watching,
escalated from there.
watching the 34 right now. The 09 was pushing the, and honestly, it looks like the 3. No, what happened was the 09 got into him, bump draft as normal, but the 34 wasn't square like you mentioned. Was that the 89? But he wasn't square as you mentioned, and when he got hit, he slid up the track a little bit and came down and got to the flipped into the back bumper of the other cars. So I definitely don't fault nobody. I think that was just racing in my personal opinion.
Yeah, it's just racing. You know, it's Talladega, like we've mentioned all night, so a lot of things can happen.
Right side, right side, right side, right side.
Here we go, watching the 09. Now you see him with the 71. Do you pit here?
Tommy, just in those 63 looking pretty good.
No,
Never
personally,
mind,
if I was in that race car, I would risk it. You heard Landon talk about it. They've been getting about 40 laps of fuel, so you're 5 in the green, and with this caution, you can save a little bit.
Right. And I'm thinking they're actually shutting the car off, to be honest. I'm looking at Brian
Yeah.
Harford right now. Yeah, he's shutting the car off. He's at 300 RPM. But he's definitely shutting the car down. He's just cruising. I believe Landon Lacey's doing the same. No, Landon Lacey's actually running 4,500 RPM right now. But definitely the 71's definitely shutting his car off. Which I noticed he does that quite a bit, to be honest. I think he just does it for the heck of it, but Brian Harper's on one lap so far tonight in that Toyota, but don't count him out. He's like a 14 or 15 time winner this season.
Yeah, he's definitely got a fast race car tonight. So.
The third caution comes out here tonight. With only 33 laps remaining, got time for one more trivia question. And,
of course.
Always got time for them, man. Alright, so my question would be, let me find one here. Just give me a minute. Alright, this right here is pretty simple. Who has a NASCAR, this one, what? This don't know that one. There we go. What was the biggest wreck in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series here at Talladega? How many cars were involved? That's a tough one.
Man, yikes.
And I'm going to be honest, this was probably a really boring race. Actually, I think I remember this race, but...
I'm going to go with 19.
Yes. So we'll get the answer right here in just a second before we go back green. And, listen to some radio.
There's no damage, so good deal.
Where's Pace car?
Move about take two to go.
Yeah. I'm going to go with 19, and I believe it was at the spring race at Dega this year.
Yes. Sorry guys about the lag. It works itself out. I don't know why it does this before we go back green. It's weird. I think there's so many cars in here. And where my onboard Ethernet adapter went out, I have to do it on Wi-Fi, which is weird to stream on Wi-Fi, but it does work. Used it for about 2 weeks now until I get my new motherboard and stuff like that. So.
I've been late. I had green flag.
So the question was, how many cars were involved in the wreck at Talladega, the biggest wreck ever? The correct answer is quite a bit. You was, I ain't gonna say you was real close, but you was kind of close. But a total of 27 cars.
Wow.
Piled up in, oh, somebody guessed 28. That was a good guess. In turn 1. Now get this, okay, they wrecked 27 cars on lap 4. So basically, the people that was watching that race had to sit there and watch about 13 cars drive for 170 or about 84 laps. That was back in 2003, though.
2003. Okay.
Yep. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I knew there was a big one in the spring this year too, but
yeah, which also explains why or how Dale Earnhardt Jr. won his 4th consecutive race.
Yeah, there you go.
Because he won it that year. So, wow.
Now, I'm just looking over Landon Lacey's car here, and it looks like the nose did get pushed up a little bit from that.
That's what I was curious about. That's why I was wondering why he didn't mind it all came down and maybe took his fast repair. I know he still got it. I'm kind of surprised he didn't.
I know. I think still with what we got, 31 laps
Yeah,
left.
31. Yeah.
I think he's still banking on another one.
And that's a good possibility. Question with that would be, does it hurt his temperature?
It looks like it's the top end. It doesn't really look like the rat's doing anything, so I think he'll be all right.
That was a good guess by guessing 28, though. Got to give you credit for that. Somebody in the chat, Jason, SA 1975 guessed 28. Cautions.
That was a good guess.
Yeah, really good guess. And Tyler Cox said Tony Stewart holds the record at Daytona and Nationwide. Nobody cares about Tony Stewart holding the record in the Nationwide Series at Daytona. Oh gosh. And Bama rules, man. Change it to Virginia Tech. Why do I always end up in the chat before the race is over? 27's retired, which is me. Yep, so the 27's out of tonight's race. You're welcome, man, no problem. Right there's the 27 in 34th place. Got caught up in that first wreck, I do believe.
I believe he is 50 laps down.
Yeah. You still got time to get out there and race. Get back on the lead lap with 31 to go. Also, last week it was Kevin Strandberg, Josh Sturgill, Michael Rating, Alan Wild, and Richard Rose was your top 5. That was pretty cool. Richard Rose and Patrick Green, both of them had to go there, and Raymond Dormer up there in 7th. So that was last week. This is this week at Talladega. Pace car is about to drop in. We're going to have 30 laps to go once they cross the line. Going to be a fun one. Pace car's in. Daniel Hill trying to hold on to get the win. The 07 right there beside him trying to take the win. And green flag is out, and we are back green here at Talladega Super Speedway. I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah, that's good. And we're getting down the wire now, so get ready to see
somebody I know is creeping up.
Push their way to the front.
Look who's creeping up in that 4th row on the outside, the 82 of Chris Baines. We've
Yeah,
seen
he's
him
been
up there
all night.
Yep, we've seen him starting to, he lost the lead early on, lost it for a long time. There comes the 07, takes the lead away from Daniel Hill. Caution's out again.
Oh, wow. Easy.
It was a throat caution, so I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Hopefully I can.
Looks like the 20 was involved again, I think.
I mean, wave around.
Oh, maybe not.
I don't know how I wasn't ahead of you. That's 34.
Leaders, get me out on the pace car when you can.
14 just came across the radio and said something as well. I don't know. Oh, we got somebody. 34 was off the track right there. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened.
There was a bunch of cars. Oh, I think there was black flags given out. And they threw the caution to fix it. Yeah, a bunch of black flags.
Maybe.
There was a bunch of people that dropped below the apron on the backstretch, like they was going to come to pit road.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Not sure what that was about. I'm going to find out. Anybody tell me what the caution was for? I couldn't find it.
Somebody spun on the backstretch.
I think you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well.
Does anybody know how long it takes them to load this up so you can watch a replay on Centerforce?
25, 30 minutes.
Yeah, usually done by the
Oh, man. 07, Ryan Wallace leading now over Danny Lowe back in 2nd place. Good to see Danny up here. Look who's back up in 3rd is Landon Lacey, going to be starting on the bottom side. Now they definitely got enough gas to make it.
Oh, yeah.
Just caution. Chris Baines, that inside road is going to be fast. If you look at who's up there, going to be starting on the inside road with Ryan Wallace, who has been steady here tonight. But Landon Lacey starting behind him. Then behind them, it was Chris Baines. So, 89 going to get the free pass. That is Spencer Thompson, the lucky dog. Next week, Martinsville Speedway. 200 laps. That's going to be a fun one. Martinsville is one of my favorite places to watch a race at as well. So, that's going to be a crazy race, though. To be honest, I don't know who's going to win it. Don't have any idea. Martinsville is going to be crazy, just about as crazy as Talladega. We go from the biggest track on the circuit to the smallest track on the circuit. Well, I don't know if it's the biggest. Is Talladega the biggest, or is Watkins Glen or something bigger? I think Talladega is bigger. Is it? Is Watkins Glen bigger? Or Sonoma might be bigger.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll look that up for you.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'll find that out.
I know that Talladega is 2.63 miles, or 2.653 miles. question to find out. Pace lights should be going off since that was a manually thrown caution, I would guess. I know they already got the free pass, so I would guess the pace lights are going off on the pace car. Or, I'm sorry, we got the lucky dog already, so I would guess they would go off, and they are not going off, so we're at least going to go around 2 more times. Should be going green around lap 25 then. I know for sure that this is the 2 to green.
Yeah, so Watkins Glen is 2.45 miles.
Well, that's a little bit smaller.
And Sonoma is, just let me pull it up here.
Humongous. While he's looking that up, can anybody in the chat, or can you name an active driver who got their very first win here at Talladega Super Speedway?
Talladega, that's...
Yep.
Now, I know it was either Ryan Blaney or Trevor Bain got their first win at Daytona.
That was Trevor Bain at Daytona, yeah, for the 500.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
I'll give you a hint. He's an active driver and he is a champion.
Huh.
And I'll even give you a bigger hint. He drives a Ford. That's
Drives
about
a
that's the
Ford.
biggest I could give you right there.
I'm going to say Brad Keselowski.
You are going to get the answer here in a minute.
Anyway, Sonoma is 1.99 miles. So Talladega is the biggest track on the circuit.
Then it would be Watkins Glen. Wow.
And Pocono is second.
Oh, really?
2.5.
Wow. See, I didn't know Pocono was that big.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was big, but I didn't know. Indianapolis is probably up there as well, right?
Yeah, I think Indianapolis is 2.5 as well.
Oh, well.
If I remember correctly.
So the correct answer is Brad Keselowski. Because I don't count Brian Vickers as an active Sprint Cup driver.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he only races like 2 races before he's got to sit out and stuff because of what goes on with him. There's actually some good drivers that got their first win here. Davey Allison got his very first win here. Phil Parsons got his first win here. Ken Schrader got his first win here as well. Pretty cool. Come on, Bradley. Do what you know how to do best. Tyler guessed that, or actually Jason got that right as well. Brad Keselowski. Good job. Somebody knows their NASCAR, man. Tyler guessed Danica Patrick. Of course he did. Why wouldn't he? Bradley Wilson sitting up in the 7th spot. And that number 83 Skittles Toyota Camry. I'm not a real big fan of Kyle Busch, but I love that paint scheme.
Yeah, he definitely has some of the nicest paint schemes
Yeah, he
in the
really
NASCAR
does.
circuit right
The
now.
M&Ms and all that. And there's a rumor going around he's going to be having a new one here soon to do with the M&Ms, which is going to be cool.
Yeah.
Pace car is in. We're about to go green flag racing with 25 laps to go. Once we cross the line, everybody's starting to stack up. The 07's out to a bigger lead than what he probably should. The 09 might want to consider tucking up, and he does tuck up. So green flag's out. Underway here at Talladega with 25 to go. Ryan Wallace standing low on the front row.
And my outside line got a huge run off that
They
restart
did,
there.
yeah, a really good start. Going to be interested to see if they can keep it. Will the 911 pull down in front of the 07 car off the turn? I would probably guess that he would. We've seen it done here a couple times already, but I say that, and the 07 of Ryan Wallace takes back the lead. being pushed by the 09 and the 82 of Chris Baines and the 83 of Bradley Wilson. So some good drivers on that bottom line right now. There's also Blake Neese down there as well. And I'm trying to see who that is. The 42 also down there. And haven't mentioned the 42 a lot. Joseph Stafford running that low line. That's another really good driver that could actually do something here tonight. Haven't mentioned he's been quiet pretty much all night, just taking his time, working his way up through the field. And you can see now he's trying to figure out which lane he wants to be in, but right now all the momentum is on that bottom lane, being pushed by Landon Lacey and 82 and 83. Landon is all on the back of Ryan Wallace bumper right now, pushing him down the backstretch. Don't be surprised if you see him jump out and bring the 82 with him.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised, especially if he sees the momentum coming on that high side. There's a bunch of chase drivers on that high side, 4 of them to be exact, running that high line right now. Some people will be eliminated from the chase here tonight as we go to Martinsville next week. Just get a looking back here. Landon Lacey all on the back bumper.
Now I don't know with 20 plus laps still to go. I don't know if it's a good idea to stick your nose out and try that second line yet with that low line running.
Yeah, right now the high side's getting left out. Yeah, right now the high side is actually falling quite a bit back. Oh, here goes Landon Lacey looking to the high side. And the 82 is not going to follow him. No one's following the 09. That may hurt him. However, here comes that high side starting to pick up. 911 trying to catch back up. And unless somebody lets the 09 in, these guys, he may keep falling back. Here they come off turn 4. Landon Lacey falling back, already back to what looks to be 6th place, trying to find a hole to squeeze in. And now he's stuck in the middle, 3 wide. Now he goes back up to the high side. And look who jumped up.
It'll be interesting to see how that 3-car pack works with that big space there between the 83 and the 75.
For the time being, they're okay. It depends what the 99 does, if he stays there or not. You see him going down the backstretch right now. Landon Lacey's got to have to close in a little bit to get to the back end of the 99 car to try to make that high side work. The 83 of Bradley Wilson not quite there where he wants to be. Here he comes with a good run coming up on the 82. We got a slow car on this high side. He's going to stay on the very top of the track and let these guys go around. Here comes that high line starting to make some kind of momentum happen. 83 of Bradley Wilson closes in on the back bumper of the 82 of Chris Baines going into 1. So this is about an even line pretty much right now of which line can close up faster and which line is going to get the big momentum push.
Yeah, this has definitely been exciting. I'm pretty hyped for tomorrow night, man. I'll tell you.
I know, right? Here comes the 42, Joseph Stafford, with a big run down the backstretch. We just talked about him. Don't be surprised if you see Joseph jump to the lead here. Landon Lacey closed the gap. They need some more help on that high side. Right now, nobody willing to go up there. 20 laps to go at the line. Right now, nobody pulling out a line. At the moment, someone just jumped out a little bit further back behind the 60, and he's going to jump to the high side.
The 71.
Oh, the 71. Oh, no. The 71 and 09 gets together. That high line may really start working itself. And here we got a little bit of side drafting going on for Bradley Wilson on the 09. Trying to keep that momentum up on that bottom lane. This is basically a 6-car breakaway. The 75 does have draft. Me personally, the 75 sitting in the best position in the whole field right now. He can choose whatever he wants to do.
Yep.
And the 09 drops down. Going to try to make that bottom work.
Yeah, this is going to give the inside line a pretty big run here.
Yeah, the 2 cars on that high side may wind up falling back. Landon Lacey. Oh, and a car comes up.
Wow.
The 82 forces his way to the inside. He is going to take the lead. Chris Baines to the point.
That was a great move.
Well, the 07 holding him down on that line, and the bottom line is going to slide up, or top line is going to slide up just a little bit. 09 now side drafting with the 07. Who's going to drop down? Expect somebody to drop down behind Landon Lacey as the 42 does. and Joseph Stafford. Now that bottom line is going to start working. The 07 is going to lose a few spots here, I would guess. I don't know how long he'll be able to keep that working. He's trying to do anything he can.
Yeah, he's going to drop back like a bag of bricks here.
And I'll be honest, if he don't find the spot, nobody's going to let you in. Let's just be honest. Not with 19 laps to go. I'll be surprised if somebody does. And actually somebody else, the 75 comes up and tries to get in behind him. But that's not enough cars to come up, as there's about 12 to 15 cars working at low line right now. Bradley Wilson holding up front. Chris Baines in first. Landon Lacey third. Joseph Stafford in fourth. And the 07 currently is running up in fifth place. That is Ryan Wallace, followed by Blake Neese, the 38 of Cody Wright, also up there. But that bottom line right now, getting the biggest run they've had pretty much all night. This is exactly what they want to see. They want to see that one car that's stuck up there that's nobody has been confident enough to really work with as of right now. Not saying he can't get it done. He just needs somebody to help him here a little bit. But right now, everybody's wanting that low line.
Yeah, it's really discouraging when you see, one guy up on that top line. It's like, well, I don't really want to lose all that track position just to try and help one guy out. So
don't be surprised if we see the 42 or 99 make a big run here towards the end and pull out, as well as the 09. Here comes the 09 underneath the 83. Bradley Wilson starting. Oh, the 09.
82 gets shuffled out.
Oh, we got a lap car right here. That's going to check up big trouble. The 83 had to check up big time. Gets to the back. I don't think it caused a caution. No, Bradley Wilson had nowhere to go. And that's going to open the door for Landon Lacey to lead another lap. And it's going to leave the 82 of Chris Baines on that high side all by himself. Jack Williams, Tyler Cox also working the high side way back in the back. But with no help right now, they're not going to be able to do much. The 07 finally found a spot. He's going to be looking underneath the 82 of Chris Baines going into 1 and 2. Woo! That was crazy.
Wow, that was, yeah.
A little bit of a bump there from the 60 to the 38. Landon Lacey can start to see the smell of victory, and he's looking for a big win here tonight, but right now he's got to keep some fast guys behind him. That is the 42 and Blake Neese and that 07 car. So what's going to happen? Will the 99 pull out of line? Who's going to pull out first? That's going to be the question. Now we got somebody. Who is that pulled out?
That's the 38 of Cody
38,
Wright.
And I don't know if anybody's going to go. I think that's a little bit too early.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's going to go.
15 laps.
He's going to try to slide in.
Yeah, I don't expect to see anybody jump out till about 95.
Yeah, I agree.
I would assume, or sorry, 85. I would assume.
Right now, and take a look back real fast. I want to get a good look here at Bradley Wilson once I find his name and number. See where he's actually running. He's running quite a few spots back after what happened. He's been running good all night as well with Wilson. Actually, yeah, there he is. And actually, Tyler Cox is coming up pit road. I think he's out of gas.
I think, he might have also blown up as well.
That may have been what it was.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he's really slow, so that may have been what it was. Or he may just be pulling off the track. Maybe he's wanting to let these guys race. Yeah. He's not chase eligible. He's just running this race for a little bit of practice for tomorrow, and won't just to come in here and have fun and stuff like that. But right now, the chase is all kinds of different because there is no chase drivers in that top 6. Wow. That's impressive. That goes to show what how they actually make that the top 8, 9. First chase driver I see him way back there. Is the 3 of Kevin Strandberg. And he is, I believe, running in around 10th position. Yeah, 10th spot right now is the first chase driver. And then the next chase driver is the 12th place of Matthew McLean. Wow. So only one driver right now in the top 10 that is chase eligible. I don't be surprised right here. The 99 backed off just a little bit. Don't be surprised if we start to see him try to check out if he could get a big run on his 42.
Yeah.
He backed up just a little bit, maybe to try to get that run. So, when do you check out a line? Do you do it early to try to take that lead, or do you wait?
No, you gotta wait. I'm a big believer in, if you're in the top 4, you're waiting until the final lap at a turn 4 to try and get that run. Because I just think the low line here just works too well
Right.
to try and do it any earlier. And if you run the risk of getting shuffled out
And cost you the race.
losing a lot of spots. Yep.
Got another lap car right here in front of these guys coming up soon. I don't expect him to be an issue whatsoever, but we'll continue to monitor that and see what happens. There he is right there. And he is a lap down. That was one of your chase drivers. And looks like he had some kind of connection issue. So he's just going to let him go around. Single file right now, pretty much. And you can just kind of see it heating up a little bit. I mean, you can kind of start to feel it a little bit watching the race that it's closing time.
Yep.
And, somebody's got to make a move. It's going to be interesting to see who that person is that checks out of line first. And that goes with all these guys. That don't go for somebody that's in 4th place. That goes for every one of these guys that's running back in 10th, 11th, 12th. If any one of them pulls out, they could wind up going towards the front. They could also fall to the back.
It's all about how stingy the other drivers want to be. If you pull out, you got to have somebody else, coming with you, or you're getting shuffled out.
So if Landon Lacey's leading this lap, if he keeps leading this race, he's probably not in the best position that he wants to be right now. If it's me, I probably want to be second, to be honest, or third. And then pull out on the last lap and try to make that run. But do you try to block? I mean, he has nothing to race for. The 42 also has nothing to race for. Blake Neese has nothing to race for. Do you block, or do you attempt to block, or what do you do?
I think with the first chase driver being, 9 spots back, I think, it's your race, so you gotta try and win the best you can.
That's what I'm saying too.
I think the chase drivers have enough space between them to, figure out what's going on if anything happens. So, it's Landon's race to lose now.
Don't be surprised if we see a caution here, guys. Usually a caution happens always near the end of this race. And don't be surprised if we have a late race restart. And if that does, that changes everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Going to be coming to 9 laps to go. Pretty much all single file. We did a little bit of 3-wide battle back towards the back, but it don't look like it's going to be an issue right now anyway. You see it right there with the 30 and the 90 and the 35 also running up there. We're trying to get back in up in this thing of Thomas Reed. But right now, starting to get single filed out pretty much all the way through the field. All the way up to Landon Lacey. Still running in that first spot. Let's listen in. See if we can hear anything. Nothing being said right now. Coming to 8 laps to go. Landon Lacey still leading the way. 42, Joseph Stafford. Now, they got to be getting hot. He's been running behind Landon for a while now. Does that make you pull out earlier than what you want to do, or does it pretty much who cares right now?
Yeah, that's another big issue. I'd say for now, we still got 8
laps
6
to go,
laps
yeah.
left?
8 laps.
8 laps?
Yep, coming to 7. Landon Lacey moved.
Oh.
He may be out of gas.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he may be out of gas because he is falling back. I'm not sure. Nothing came across the radio.
No, I don't think he is out of gas. I think he's all right.
That was strange. Not quite sure.
That could be a strategy call on his part.
That's strange, man. I mean, that's odd. That's something to maybe figure out, because right now, I don't know. That was definitely a strategy call. I'm not sure why he did that, though. Maybe he's expecting something to happen. Maybe he's trying to help somebody, or somebody's wanting to work, and, we're going to find out.
It's definitely an interesting call here.
Huh. That's going to be interesting to find out after this race. If he finishes in top 5, that's going to be an interesting conversation we're going to have. I thought he might have been out of gas because he fell back really fast, but I'm wondering if he's trying to get back there with his teammate. But they're so far back, I don't think you should worry about your teammate, to be honest.
At this point in time, I think you're racing for yourself now.
It may be this strategy right here we're seeing. He may have wanted to be on that high side come late in the race. And there we go. The 82 pulling out with the 09, and he's going to fall back in. 09 is probably going to wind up getting slipped back here unless somebody pulls up in front of him. Oh, there's a little bit. Oh, trouble! 82 in the wall.
Oh no!
9 taken out as well.
Dumbass I've ever raced with.
Oh my.
And Lazy's not happy.
How's that?
That's freaking twice. You've door slammed me down.
Oh boy.
Give me eyes on the pace car when you can, guys.
Watching it. Yeah, the 88 just
You
drove
were
into him.
just as much as I was, buddy. I don't even want to hear it.
I don't believe it.
I'm not sure what happened there. Let's look at it from high above. Watching the 82 of Chris Baines. I'm not entirely sure what that was about.
Going into 3.
That was...
My fucking point exactly.
I'm not sure about that. But anyway, a caution comes out. And right now, Joseph Stafford, we're going to have about a one-lap shootout, I think.
Can you take a look at my back end, see how much damage I got?
That may be, yeah, but... Yeah, I don't... I'm just going to hold my thoughts on that one. What did you see on that one?
Coming on.
And don't hold back. We're honest about it. What did you see on it?
Yeah.
I mean, I got
Yeah,
by a
didn't hear
call.
right.
Matt, it's pretty. Your right side's pretty crumpled, but I don't think it's gonna matter.
Here, take a
I don't
look
think it's
here.
going green, is it?
You might have to go to a blimp view.
One lap shootout.
Did I help you?
Yeah.
Yep. Looks
Yeah,
like
I'm
a
looking
one
at
lap
it here.
shootout.
I'm actually going to take a look at his left front suspension camera here.
Well, you can't when they give you Ferraris.
Your right rear is smashed pretty good, but you'll be all right.
Who got the lucky dog? Who was it?
Looks like the
Oh, where
drop
you
just
are.
shuffled the 82 out, I think, and came up into landing. Maybe man, that's a tough one.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen anything like that,
Yeah.
really.
Thanks, Tyler, for letting me know Lando just got wrecked. I mean, that was strange for you to let me know that. But,
Yeah, that is tough.
I'm just gonna,
I think.
you know, keep my thoughts to it, I guess. I mean, I understand you're coming down to a few laps left, you know, in the race. Maybe the 82 might have thought he was higher. I definitely don't think he did it on purpose, but Landon also said that was 2 times he's got into him, so that makes it, you know, a little bit, you know, not good. But,
Yeah.
you know, we'll find out what happens after the race.
Yep.
Here. That's why it's gonna be Kansas.
It looks like we're going to go green-white checker here. This will be interesting.
The big change was at the end of round 2 next year. It's going to go Charlotte, Talladega, then Kansas.
I know I'm crazy for thinking this, but I always think they should start the season in Daytona and end it at Daytona.
I wish they just put the damn thing back at Atlanta the way it used to be. But first of all, I want you to fix the Atlanta track the way it was until, what, 97?
I'm looking right
And
now.
then leave it alone.
Blake Neese is in a really good spot. Joseph Stafford also in a good spot. We're going to have a one-lap shootout. The 07 may be in a really good spot. I think it really depends on the momentum of which line gets the momentum the best. If it's
Yeah.
me, I want to start on the outside.
Yeah, I think that's a good call
Yeah,
there.
especially
I
coming
would
through
like to start
turn
on
1.
this side. Yeah.
You want to have a big run exit in turn number 2. So
I got a black flag for passing under yellow, but I didn't even see Adam Ross, the lap car down,
I don't
go
even know
into
what
pit
that
lane.
is.
I was in front of you the whole time. but he shouldn't have got a penalty.
Whew, man. Oh, so Tyler's point, what he was pointing out was the 82 intentionally dumped him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Man,
I can't say much right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll have to really look at it, listen to Landon, but from what I've seen, there was contact that probably shouldn't have been made, especially right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been worse. Well, not really for Landon, but it could have happened in a turn. But going down the straightaway, I mean, it kind of, you don't see that happen very often.
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit more
Especially
play
when,
from the driver.
and I think what makes it a little bit worse was Landon was kind of out there by himself anyway, so I don't know if that was really a smart move to try to side draft. I understand what you're trying to do, but you can't really go anywhere anyway at that moment in time.
Yeah. Landon actually had lots of room between him and Chris,
Yeah.
so I don't know what happened there.
It was odd. I mean, it's bad for both of them. I feel bad for both of them, but that's how they get, I guess.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have one to go. This is gonna be fun, man.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be fun.
Fairgrounds track. Put it on the schedule.
It looks like 42 is going to take the inside line here.
Yep. And the 99 has not moved up yet. I don't know if he realizes that they're gonna have one more to go. We're waiting to see if he moves up.
Okay, sir. What's going on?
Oh, there it goes up to the high line now, I think.
What's going on?
All right, guys, everybody just be cool. Try not to screw
Now
up.
he goes up to the high
We'll do
side.
this one lap thing. See y'all on the other side.
We're gonna see a big wreck, ain't we?
I have a bad feeling about this.
We also mentioned before that last wreck that we usually see a wreck 90% of the time coming a few laps within the last 10 laps. And that point stay true.
Yeah, very much so. Never fails.
Yep, always. I hope his lag stops before this final lap. This is going to be good. However, we're going to go green right here as soon as the pace car pulls off. Joseph Stafford trying to hold off Blake Meach, Ryan Wallace, and that 60 car. I don't know who's driving that 60 off the top of my head, but we'll find out.
And the 42's got to be careful here not to get too far up front because the guys behind him will get a big run.
We're green. And the 99 got a really good jump. He actually beats the 42 to the line. And there's no penalty for that, so we want to stay here above into the blimp. Here comes a good run from that 42. The 99 don't really have no push help right now. So the 42 is going to be able to clear the 99. He's going to try to bring the 07. Oh, the
I think that
07.
99 will shuffle in here.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls down behind the 07 and tries to block. He does pull in and tries to block that 38. Don't be surprised if the 07 jumps to the high side. The 42's looking, or the 07 was looking. He's trying to figure out a way to get around it. Don't be surprised if we see a wreck right here coming through the tri-oval. Trying to figure out a way. 3 wide behind them.
They're almost 4 wide. They are 4 wide.
Yeah, they are. 4 wide behind them. And at the stripe, it's going to be...
Oh, this is close.
Oh, the 42 dumped the 07.
No.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Pick up.
Oh, the 42.
Oh, crap, I'm gonna finish the race.
Joseph Stafford wins the
Who
race.
won the thing? Stafford?
Oh,
Yeah,
my.
he forced me off track. Everybody slow up. Don't hit anybody.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
second though.
He didn't lose no position.
This is going to be
Joseph
interesting to
Stafford,
listen to.
Ryan Wallace, Blake Niche, y'all stay on the track. Joseph, congratulations, bud. Burn it down. Chase contenders, y'all give them
That was
TV
exciting.
coverage. Give me a few minutes, and I'll tell you who's in the chase and who's going home.
We're going to listen to Tommy Reed as well. He's going to broadcast about who's going home and who's in
Blake,
the
that was
chase.
a really good move too, man.
But 42, Joseph Stafford picks up the win in a exciting finish at the line. The 07's not happy, but he still comes home with a second place finish. Definitely not bad at all. I mean,
He's happy. This is the first race I finished.
it's going to be an interesting interview to listen to him. But here comes Joseph Stafford picking up a win. Going to burn it down after the line. Going to go ahead and hop over and get an interview with Blake Neeson in 99. Hey, Blake, you got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got a copy.
Well, you started on the second row, or the outside row, sorry, for the restart right there. But you got a little bit shuffled back and got in line and took home third place. Anything you wish you would have done a little bit different there to try to get up there and try to get the win?
Not really. If I had one more lap, I think I might have had something. Starting on the outside there, it's hard to get the momentum down the backstretch. I had a good restart. I mean, right before that caution, I put together the lead. We cleaned it all out, so I'm happy.
Well, good job. I'm sure I've raced with you earlier today, and I watched you in an NIS race, or not an NIS, but an A Open race today, and you actually had a little bit of trouble in that race as well. But you brought it home third place. Anybody you want to give a thanks to or anything?
Yeah, thanks for the broadcast. Tommy putting on the lead. My friends and my girlfriend for watching. And thanks to the 42 for helping us out. Let's get a good finish.
Good job, man. We're going to hop over and talk to Ryan Wallace.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Ryan, you got a copy?
I do.
I know you're not probably too happy, but, you know, you started way back in the 20th spot and still bring it home in the second spot. Anything, I know, well, I'm probably going to get the answer about this already, but anything you wish you would have done a little bit different to maybe try to pass that 42? Do you wish you would have made a move earlier, or is there anything you could have done?
No, I'm pretty clean. A lot of blocks in there. Got a little hip bump. No, maybe still second place. I'm not a points runner, so I can't complain.
So what was your biggest challenge in this race? You started way back in the 20th spot. What was your biggest challenge? You was able to lead 9 laps, however, but what was your biggest challenge trying to work your way up to the front?
It wasn't really a challenge. Our team, Dan, Kevin, and Chris and I had a really good plan. It worked out great, and cautions didn't work for the whole team, but it at least worked out.
Well, good job, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Well, definitely thank you to the guys for putting on the race. I want to give a shout out to my team, Dan, Kevin, and Christopher. Great team. Worked well.
All right, man. Good job. We're going to hop over and talk to Joseph a little bit. Hey, Joseph, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you started back in 19th, drove your way to the front, led 7 laps, and was able to pick up the win. What was going through your mind on that last restart?
I don't know. I just wanted to hold the bottom line. And before we keep talking, I want to apologize to Ryan for giving him a big hit there coming to the line. I'm there, but the last lap, you know.
Definitely understand that. I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked him. What was your biggest challenge on trying to come up through the field? Like I said, you started way back in 19th. What was your biggest challenge trying to work up through there?
Well, after the green flag pit stops, I took no tires, and there was like six of us in a group, and it was very squirrely, and my tires were getting beat up. Thankfully, the caution came out. I got 4 tires, and yeah, it just worked out from there.
All right, man. Good job. First place finish. Definitely something to be happy about. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I would like to thank Blake, everyone, every owner of this league, everyone in the league, MyReview.Stace, my new sponsor, Insane Motorsports, everyone there. And thank you guys for broadcasting.
Well, thanks for putting on a good show. That finish was very exciting. So good job and congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll hop over and talk to Thomas Reed. Hey, Thomas Reed, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, let's hear it, man. Give us the details.
Well, right now we're still going through it. We're trying to make sure we got everybody finishing where they need to, just about done with it. If you guys would give me just a few minutes, I'll tell you, because that was the craziest thing I've ever seen, that one-lap shootout. The guy at NASCAR who decided to put Talladega's eliminator races, he's a sick dog, man. I tell you, I don't know how in the world he can sleep at night. That's crazy.
That was probably one of the best things I've heard in a long time, by the way. That was awesome.
Thank you.
All right, I'll be listening. Just message me as soon as you get that done.
Yes, sir. Just should be another couple more minutes.
All right, so, Jesse, give me your final thoughts on the race before he gives us the final rundown of how the points are going to shake out.
Man, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen, probably.
Yeah, it was a good race.
That was an excellent race.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people I feel bad for. Really, there really is. Landon Lacey being one of them, could have won the race. Feel bad for the 07 of Ryan Wallace, still a second-place finish. Also feel bad for Chris Baines. You know, he was involved in that wreck as well. That finish was something else. I'm just going to be honest. That was
really
Talladega.
crazy.
That's what we expect out of Talladega. I mean, there's no other word for it. Take a real fast look here at our race summary, though. It was Joseph Stafford picking up the win, 94 laps. He 5 cautions, only 16 laps. Not too bad for Talladega. However, 17 lead changes. That makes it fun. So we had we actually had more lead changes than we did caution laps. I think that's pretty decent, to be honest. Especially for these guys. You know, these guys actually had a race-setting caution record one time of 19 laps they finished under caution. So they was actually able to do good with this, and gotta give them credit for where it's due. I'm gonna pop this open just for a minute because waiting on a message to come through, so I'll know when to get back with get back with Thomas Reed. So we'll be right back, and as soon as I find out, I will bring it up. So guys, just stay tuned, and we'll be right back here in just a second. Alright guys, we're back. Still waiting on the official word on the point standings of how they're looking. Like I said, this mixed up a lot of things. So we'll go down the rundown real fast and get to final results. We popped it up one time, but I want to bring it up again one more time. Joseph Stafford picks up the win here tonight at Talladega. Ryan Wallace, Blake Neese, Cody Wright. Then it was Kevin Strandberg, already locked into the next round, was your highest chase contender. Daniel Hill, also in 6th place. Danny Lowe in 7th. Aaron Taylor. Brian Harford, another chase contender. Matthew McLean, also one more chase contender. There's 3 of them in the top 10. Next up, Tommy Reed finishes with a pretty good run right there in 11th place. Spence Thompson finishes 12th. Joseph Angular back in 13th. Richard Rose, Corey Walters, William Smith, Alan Wild, another chase contender. Kyle Charpentier, Patrick Green, Jack Williams, Don Parasini, Christopher Matthews, Jeremy Funk, Bradley Wilson finishes way back in 24th. 25th, Adam Ross, and you can take a look there at the rest of your grid or results. Real fast, I want to. Oops. All right, so let me see if we got it. Do we have an answer?
Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, are you guys ready? Here's what we got. The following 8 people will advance. Brian Harford and Kevin Strandberg were locked in when they got here. Alan Wild is 3rd. Richard Rose is 4th. Matt McLean is 5th. Patrick Green is 6th. Michael Redding is 7th. Tommy Reed is 8th.
Woo!
The 4 who are not going any farther, Raymond Dormer is 9th by 1 point. Casey Heschel is 10th by 7 points. Josh Sturgill is 11th by 11 points, and Don Pericini is 12th, 14 points back from the cutoff.
All right, that's going to give us the answer to that. Martinsville, Thomas. Next 3 races, Martinsville. What's the next 2 after that?
We go to Martinsville, then Texas, then Phoenix.
And it is 4 that's eliminated from after that, correct?
Yes, sir. That'll give us our last 4 going into Homestead to see who's going to race for this championship.
All right, man. We're going to be looking forward to it. Good job on getting to chase yourself.
Yeah, thanks a bunch. I don't know how in the world that happened. I didn't think it was going to happen early on, but I'll take it.
Can you say the last 3 of the questions?
All right. We just had it right there. Guys, thanks for watching. That's going to wrap up our broadcast. Our next race will be Thursday for the CFR Formula 2.0 League. Going to be fun to watch them. They go to Circuit of the Americas. That's going to be live on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube, Centerforce TV, Facebook, Centerforce TV, Twitter, Centerforce TV, and Twitch, Centerforce TV. So thanks, guys, for watching. I'm Adam Chapman. That was Jesse Gabby that's with me. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll talk to you here soon. Jesse, you got anything to say?
Just have a great night, guys. Thanks for tuning in.